Hi everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Donna and we are back today with our very first Zines on Sunday. Now I would like to begin with apologising for my absence. In the first week of December I came down with COVID. It's taken me about a month to get over. I haven't been very well at all. I'm on the mend, but my energy levels are still really very low, so I just haven't been filming. When I was last on here, I think I was doing some scrappy signatures, which I think I was going to do a follow-up video on. Never ended up doing that because that was the week that I ended up getting poorly. Hopefully I am on the mend now. I probably will cut down my videos to perhaps one a week, just until, allow me to find my feet a little bit more, to gain a bit more energy, and hopefully as the weather improves and we become more into spring, I'll start to pick up then. So apologies, I just kind of disappeared. Thank you for everybody who left messages. I have replied to most. There's still a few that I haven't replied to, but I will do. I haven't forgotten. There's just been quite a bit going on. So first of all, apologies for my absence in general on the channel. And my second apology is for the length of time it's actually taken me from doing my initial Zines on Sunday introduction video to now. It was just trying to fit it in, and then on the week that I was planning to film it, I got ill. So it was just one of those things, but hopefully I can kind of get back on track, because zines really are something that I do want to have a go at and explore. So 2 apologies there from me, but I hope you've all been well. I've been trying to keep up with some videos. I haven't managed to keep up with a lot, but yeah, that's basically in a nutshell what's been going on with me. So we're going to do our very first zine today. So just to preface before I start this, because I know there's going to probably be people who are quite familiar with zines who might watch this. I did do a video, like an introduction video, where I went through what a zine is. I went through all the research I did, the general way of putting a zine together. I went through the pros and the cons, which I felt as a crafter applied to what I wanted to get out of making a zine. And I went through how to actually do the folding and everything like that. So I know there will probably be some people watching who don't agree with what I'm doing, that it isn't possibly a typical or traditional way of putting together a zine. However, if you would like to hear my explanations regarding that, you can go back to the video, that very first introduction video. I will link it below, and I go through in lots of detail my decisions and my reasons as to why I'm going to be doing it like this today. Secondly, because I did go through in that video how to make a zine, how to do your folding, where to make your cut, I'm not going to do any of that in this video today. We're just going to get straight into making a zine. So again, if you would like that background information, I will link that initial video below, and you can go back and have a watch of that and then, kind of come back to this once you're happy with what it is, how I've got to this stage today. The one thing I will say about a zine, just to give it context, is that it's a little booklet and it's based on a theme. So it will have a continued theme throughout. So I was thinking about what I wanted to do, and in one of my what are they called? Oh, I forget this every time. Creative Studio? Is it Creative Studio? I got a Creative Studio box, and in it seems to be quite baking related, which I wasn't overly keen on the theme, but it did have a lot of florals in it, and it had a lot of orange and yellow tones. So there's some lovely little stickers here. There's some lovely bits of collage paper. These are all from that box with some flowers on as well. And then there's some transfers here, which again, there's quite a lot of baking stuff, but we've got some lovely florals in the same tones. And This paper pack also came with it, where again, we've got quite a lot of baking papers, which I'm not really interested in at the moment. But we've also got these really nice florals. Some are vellum, this type of material, and then we've got like the cardstock. I think that's a sticker. So that's like a full sticker sheet, and then we've just got like the cardstock as well. So my theme for today is going to be mainly colour, kind of these orange, lovely orange and warm tones, but on the theme of florals as well. So I'm going to do the first step, which is collaging each of our base pages. I am probably going to start with laying down some neutral papers just from this scrap bowl here, just to give me an initial base. Then I most likely will go down with like a second layer where I introduce some of the coloured papers, and then finally I will go in with the stickers and the transfers to tie it all together. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and we'll have a flick through right at the very end. So it's the next day. This has been all glued and has been laying under a couple of heavy books just to get it nice and flat. So this is what it's looking like so far. I've used the different orange papers that I showed you earlier, plus some neutrals and some scrap paper, some of the little square pieces of paper, and just kind of arranged them how I saw fit, really. So this is what it's looking like. The next step is I'm going to go through, and where there's little gaps or some white left over, I'm going to now fill that in. I think what I'm going to do is use some washi tape. This washi tape here actually came with the Creative Studio pack, and it's like a little gingham, orange gingham. This is one from this pack here. These are just some really nice orange tones and yellow tones. This one might be pretty. So I think what I'll do is fill in those gaps with some washi, and then I will take another look to see what else is needed. So it might be that I decide to put some stamping on or some transfers on, and bring it to life that way before finally adding some stickers. So I'm going to go ahead, have a look at the washi, and then once I've finished that, we'll have a look at what else is needed. Okay, so I've gone through and I filled in some of the gaps with some washi tape. So what I'm going to look at next is where I can just bring a little bit more interest in. So I've got some stamps out. I've got my labels, which I thought I may want to use. And I've also found some flower stamps as well, which I thought may be useful. And for my stamping, I've decided to use this. It's the archival ink in potting soil. It's more of like a dark olive green brown, as you can see from here. So I thought that would be good because it wouldn't be too overpowering on the background. I'm also going to have a dig through these transfers, see what I can do with these, where I might be able to put some, and take it from there. Here is the finished zine, and I will give you a quick flick through. So front page is looking like this, which I'm really pleased with. Turning over, we've got this spread here. I've used a variety of the transfers and the papers and stickers from the kit, as well as some of my own stamps and stickers that I already had. I was mindful as I was doing the collaging that whatever I put onto the collage was in keeping with the theme. So this label here is from my Rusty Zines kit, which I am working on. It isn't available just yet, but it made sense to me, keep off the grass, because obviously we're talking about florals. Turning over, I have used some more of the papers. I added a frame here to ground this flower. I found a quote: "Rather than softer roses, lively and generous." Over here we have an alphabet label from my kit that's available on Etsy, and again this is just a quote that I found. Turning over, we have this lovely yellow flower here, bit more stamping to add interest, and I've used quite a lot of the transfers on here. This is a sticker that I already had. And then finally we have the back page. This is a Tracy Fox label, and this is a flower from another, it's a vintage flower kit that I'm putting together, although it's not available quite yet, but that's one of the images from there. And that finishes off the zine. So there she is. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.